I just stumbled upon this wild fact. Using a fork of DWM instead of the original can create pretty wild issues. Like one small patch could break everything.
Wait, are you serious? So if someone modifies DWM without understanding the fundamentals, it basically becomes unusable?
Exactly. It's like trying to add a feature to a smartphone without knowing how the OS works. You could end up with a total brick.
That gives me chills. So the original code is stable, and just tinkering with it could lead to chaos?
Right. This fork isn't just a copy. It's like a nested Russian doll. The comments that explain the code can be misleading if you don't know the base version.
Oh, wow. So the educational commentary aims to teach, but can actually confuse if the underlying knowledge isn't there.
Yes, this reminds me of how context shapes our understanding. You can read something and get it, but without the right foundation, it's just noise.
Exactly. It's like learning a new language. You need to grasp the basics before diving into complex phrases or idioms.
And think about how many people might attempt to modify DWM without this fundamental knowledge. They could be setting themselves up for frustration.
That's actually kind of scary. Imagine spending hours debugging only to find out it's a simple misunderstanding of the underlying structure.
Totally. It's a reminder of how important foundational knowledge is in any technical field. If you skip that, you're just building on sand.
You know what caught my attention? The idea that this fork of DWM is actually more of a warning about the complexity in software development.
Oh, for sure. It highlights that assumptions can lead you down the wrong path, like software development can be a minefield of misconceptions.
And isn't it fascinating how something seemingly simple, like using a distro, can have massive implications depending on your understanding?
Exactly. So you're telling me that if you just try to patch things without full comprehension, you might just end up with a non-functional system?
Yes. And it makes me think, how many other areas in tech work the same way? How many DIY attempts go wrong simply because of knowledge gaps?
That's the piece I was missing. Software isn't just about writing code, it's about understanding how every line fits together.
Right. And this gets deeper too, because when we think about coding, it's also about community and collaboration. Miscommunication can derail everything.
Oh man, the whole collaborative aspect. If everyone isn't on the same page, it could lead to a chain reaction of errors.
Exactly. It's like a team sport. If one player misunderstands the strategy, it could throw the whole game off.
And what about documentation? It might be clear to the coder, but confusing for the next person looking at it.
Oh, that's really interesting because it showcases how important clear documentation is for future maintainers.
Right. And it brings us back to this fork's intention. It's trying to educate, but without a solid educational structure, it can mislead.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's almost like educational tools need to build layers of knowledge, not just throw information at you.
Now, from a different angle, what if educators used similar methods as in coding communities to foster better understanding?
Oh, wow. That would change everything. Imagine if classrooms functioned like collaborative coding environments.
Exactly. When students collaborate on projects, they could navigate misunderstandings together, fostering deeper learning.
And they would discover pitfalls in their understanding collectively, much like coders troubleshoot issues together.
That's actually brilliant. So this conversation about DWM isn't just about coding, it spills into education and collaborative efforts.
Absolutely. The implications of understanding context and solid foundations are everywhere. It's pretty mind-blowing.
So if we put all this together, it's like a rallying cry for better education in tech, right?
Yes, we need to ensure that everyone has access to foundational knowledge, or we're setting ourselves and each other up for failure.
And in a world so reliant on technology, perhaps the real challenge is building that foundation effectively.
Right. It raises the question, how can we better translate technical concepts into relatable terms for wider understanding?
Exactly. That's the essence. If we can do that, then we're not just bettering the code, we're improving minds.
And isn't that the ultimate goal? Creating a community that supports learning through collaboration and accessibility.
Wow, yes, I love that. So much more than just coding. It's about building a culture of understanding.
Totally. And this conversation really shows how one tension in coding can unlock bigger discussions on learning and collaboration.